Chitty chitty bang bang. Come on.
In every family, there's that one uncle, cousin, or aunt that just ain't right. But for whatever reason, you love them anyway. It's the family.
A son does not want to hear his mother say, skeet, skeet.
It's the family.
Twerking is not a talent, all right? Stripping is not a career.
Wow.
It is not.
The Family Radio Podcast.
Yeah, don't have your kids cussing on the internet, but do have your kids dancing on the internet. Ooh, kill them, kill them, kill them.
The Family Radio Podcast.
You're going too far. No such place.
Oh!
I want to go to the abyss.
The Family Radio Podcast with T-Boogie, Gene.com, and Chill Will.
It's the family.
Hey, it's T-Boogie.
What's up, your man, Gene.com? We in here.
And Chill Will, we are back. Another episode 137 of the Family Radio Podcast. How is everybody doing this Fam Friday?
We are good.
I'm doing wonderful.
Look, let's go ahead and jump into things. We all survived Hurricane. Is it Ira, Irma? Look, I don't screw that up. Ira, Irma. Ian. I know it's three letters. Look, I'm getting old, man. Don't hold that against me out. Ian,
you
so we also
you didn't have your readers on.
You're right. I didn't have my readers on. Look, we survived the hurricane. I think Gene's got a job offer from the Weather Channel. Because he was out there doing his remote broadcast.
Hit the bell on that.
Yeah, Gene, you was out there in the elements, man. What the hell made you want to do that?
Well, the thing of it is, Chill, this all morphed from the fact that I just didn't feel like enough cameras was coming to the north side. They wasn't coming into the urban area. We get debris blowed down. We got outlets of water that sit behind our houses over here with the Trout River being so close.
River.
I mean, bring the camera over here. So what all that the mass media doesn't cover, little GDC News, the little tower gonna cover it.
GDC News. I didn't know the people was gonna be out there like that, but they was.
They was out there.
The people was out in these streets, these mean Duval streets.
They was out there. I mean,
the community was supporting you.
Hey, listen, we tough, man. A little wind ain't gonna stop us from going to get a bill.
Lord have mercy. Hey, man, I saw your hat flew off.
Yeah, listen. Now the wind was real. Now that wasn't nothing made up out there. It wasn't no fan boogie. Instead over there onto the side. That was real weird out there. That wind caught my head. I thought it was gone. I thought it was gone, but I was glad I was able to retrieve it.
Yeah.
Yes, I was glad too.
Yeah, good stuff.
It's so crazy to me that I mean, just like you said, Gene, the wind, y'all still got a lot of wind, and once again, the hurricane had already moved across the state, but once again, shout out and prayers to all those people down in Fort Myers area, Sarasota area, Naples area, because it's still people who don't have power. It's still people, like, do you see the boats that are like down the street from where they used to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of damage down there, and it's gonna be a while before they get things kind of back on track down there.
Can I tell an interesting story real quick? Because a lot of the media has focused on that Gulf side, Naples area, all that. Remember, the storm did come across the middle of the state of Florida, basically the I-4 corridor. So it went through Orlando and out. A coworker of mine got stuck in a hotel on the beach in Daytona, up on the 14th floor. What? She said the building was swaying. Just when you thought, okay, no, that's my mind playing tricks on me, the building is not moving. If you go into the bathroom and you look at the toilet water sloshing around, you now know, for real, the building is swaying. The water came up to the boardwalk at one point. Next thing you know, within 35 minutes, boardwalk gone. Stairs floating by the hotel. Palm trees floating by the hotel.
Wow.
The bottom floor of the hotel completely soaked, saturated. They had water coming in their window on the 14th floor. It was wetting the carpet and bubbling the paint on the wall. So
Wow.
Daytona got a lot of damage as well. You know, I drive through that area, Daytona
Yeah.
Beach, Port Orange, ripped up, lots of trees down, debris. Oh yeah, people are not happy there either about loss of power.
Well, I didn't even hear about that area about
That's
Daytona. I
that's
didn't
the
think
only
Daytona
reason
had
why I'm
issues.
putting it out there because
Wow.
and we know that Naples area got the brunt of it. It came in at a category 4,
Yeah.
but it still was doing damage along the way. A couple of friends of mine on Instagram, cars flooded out in Orlando.
Wow. Now
Oh
I know
man.
I saw Central Florida area below Orlando, like the Arcadia area, that was hit. They showed that on the news, and like everybody in boats, like you can't even drive
Okay,
down in
so
that area.
you know I work for the power company, right?
Yeah.
3 of their service centers in Daytona flooded out. The linemen had to use a canoe to go into the building because they didn't want to just walk. They couldn't really walk through it.
Wow.
So those 3 buildings are shot. Had like a carport, aluminum awning type thing. Yep, that's gone. Trees down, lines down everywhere. The employees in those 3 buildings all displaced now.
Wow. Boog, I know you drive, like, a lot of people don't know, but, the St. Johns River runs, it starts, like, down in Central Florida, like around Orlando.
Yes.
So, like, was it flooded because of the St. Johns down that way? Or was it just rain and they got so many inches of rain?
However, speaking of that St. John's, I-4 crosses it right in that area. The water is still, this week, up to the road.
Really?
So if you normally there's sort of a ditch. If your car goes off today, it's gonna be engulfed in water.
Yep.
Crazy.
Everything is still very saturated and full. Retention ponds are bursting at the seams.
Oh, I'm sure.
In that Central Florida, Daytona area.
And understand, this is Florida, so you better watch out for them gators because they all in your neighborhoods now. They all walking down your streets and
They said that.
up in people's driveways and all that stuff. Like, we here.
They said that on the news, like at
We
least
here.
in Florida news, that be careful if you head out in these waters because they also just got displaced.
Yeah.
So like you said, they might be in your driveway.
We floating around too. We looking for things to eat.
Oh man.
Yeah, look, listen. It's gonna be gator tails and all.
Look, because if you get caught by the wrong one, you're gonna get fried up, homeboy.
You definitely gonna get fried up. It's gonna be gator tails. We're gonna get gator nuggets and gator food.
Yep.
Please make sure I get the invite.
Where you get that new gator messenger bag, man?
Yeah.
He was in the yard. He had to be dealt with.
Yeah.
He had to be dealt with. He was in the yard. He had to be dealt with. You know what? So it was still a storm, but that did not stop our peoples from rolling out to the Joe, Fantasia, and Maxwell concert. Gene, I seen. Look, I was on the social media. I seen your haberdashery going on at the concert too. Gene was in his 3-piece suit.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't let Joe and Maxwell come through here in the city and just upstage me. Now, I had to get right. So salute.
Yeah, because look, I seen Maxwell. Maxwell had he had a little mirrors on his jacket or whatever. Like I was like, okay, I see what you're trying to do there.
Yeah.
He came out fly.
Maxwell came in and did his thing. Joe came in and did his thing. And in conjunction to the conversation we were just having, they changed that concert to be a hurricane relief fundraiser for those down south.
That was good.
Yeah, for those down south. They even gave tickets to the Hubbard House for battered women so that they can come and see the show as well.
Good.
So
that's a good thing.
Shout out to AJ Reese Clothiers for the attire. And shout out to Fifth Degree Tours for allowing me to host the show, but doing some justice for mankind and being humane about it in lieu of the storm.
Right.
And kicking some funds down there because, as we just said, they need it down there in South Florida.
They do. And the crazy thing is, I think before you said they were moving around the dates, but understand that Fantasia and them, they were basically on tour buses kind of in the thick of things, because they were in, I know they did the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, I think the night before. So they, so they seeing all of this damage, because they, they're on the road too, kind of, in Florida, going from place to place, going from city to city. So I'm glad they did that, and because like I said, I'm sure they saw the damage firsthand, seeing the stuff. But yo, and like I said, the crowd was there, man. Like I knew that was gonna be a good concert, but it looked like Duval came out, man. Everybody was up in there.
They did. And a few people, of course, wasn't able to attend after they had changed the date because of work schedules and things were conflicting. However, they were in the building.
Yeah.
The energy was good. Of course, it's gonna be a sound man or two you're gonna have to check. Because you're gonna have to, that comes with the territory, chill. You know how that is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one or two wise guys.
You say wise?
Yeah, it's gonna be one or two wise guys. Because what happened was, so A Drop was the DJ, so shout out to A Drop, and one of the stagemen was like, "Hey, when I tell you, look at me. When I tell you Fantasia is ready or what have you, then you go ahead and bring her out." And so I'm like, "Cool." So another guy was like, "Hey, let's roll," but he was using the wrong hand signals, because the signals he was using was telling me to wrap it up and let's get ready. So when I say, "Okay, hey, hold it." Hold it, drop. So the other dude was like, no, what you doing, man? Keep going. I said, well, this dude over here saying to wrap it up. So A Drop was like, all right, Gene, we're gonna say, hell, we got too many Chiefs.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say too many Chiefs and not enough Indians.
I said we got too many Chiefs. I'm saying this on the microphone. We got too many Chiefs. Hey, you, give me the cue. Y'all, everybody else don't even use no hand motions towards me. Let him do it. So once we got that out the way, they knew whose living room it was, and we was able to move forward.
Sir.
Wow. Look here, man. Look here. I know that was a darn good show. Fantasia always puts on a good show.
Yes, she does.
Do you know, believe I've never seen Joe live, but I mean, Joe got hits after hit after hit after hit.
I am a huge Joe fan.
Yeah, I've never seen him live.
Maxwell does a good show.
Yeah.
Listen, he puts on a show.
Yeah.
He puts on a show. Yeah. So Joe puts on a show.
I'm glad that was a good show. Look, Gene, I'm already. Let me tell you something. I'm already putting my dibs in, because it's a concert coming in December, and you're hosting, and I need to get my ticket situation handled for that one. That's the Trick Daddy concert.
Hold on.
Wait.
Check your email, because I already emailed Gene. So you're next in line. Yeah.
No.
Too late.
Wait, but I'm not hosting that.
I thought you were.
No, did somebody put me on the flyer?
Yeah, I saw advertisement. I think it's around December 18th. Because let me tell you something, that whole weekend, that's going to be a big weekend in Duval, because the Trick Daddy concert is that Saturday night. That Sunday is the Jaguars taking on the Dallas Cowboys. So yeah, all of that's gonna be a huge weekend. So yeah, Gene, okay, you need to call. Let your agent call some people. Then let your attorney or somebody call some people, because they got your face on there. You right next to Trick Daddy. We here.
No, I can't be next to Trick Daddy on that flyer. I gotta go find out who.
We'll send it to you.
Yeah. Definitely send it to me. Cause
okay, all right, y'all false prophets out there. Y'all better cut that bullshit out now. That's how people get sued. Talking about Gene gonna be Gene is gonna be here making sandwiches at the Subway on 25th Street, raising money for South Florida. Look, Gene, don't let you better watch it. Better watch. You know how they do you.
And they'll throw your name on there to help you sell tickets. And then they be like, it was a typo. We don't do business like that.
Yeah.
We know you. Okay, so I see. No, that's Plies. You talking about Trick Daddy, December 17th?
Yeah.
No, that's Trick Daddy, Plies, Trina, Ball Greases, Juvenile, Jeezy 25th anniversary. Yeah, so I'm not on there.
Oh, you're not? I thought you. So you're not hosting it?
No. I was at least I wasn't asked to as of yet.
Okay. Well, we're putting it in the atmosphere. Yes, you are. You're going to be on the show. Putting it out there. You're going to be on the show. We're just putting it in the atmosphere out there.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Okay, so big thing this week, that whole Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix, Niecy Nash is in it. It has not piqued my interest. Like Jeffrey Dahmer to me, that's one of them crazy court cases. The dude was eating black people, and like I don't want to see that. So I haven't seen it. I've seen the previews of it. Boog, I know you've seen it, right?
I'm raising my hand. Yes, I have seen it. And I'm going to tell you why I saw it. Because I was like you, Chill. I'm like, I love a good documentary. I can deal with, some murder cases. The serial killers, not so much. But anyway, I came across Lil Boosie on the internet, tweeted out his disdain for this movie. Let's, black people, let's come together, boycott Netflix. They need to take this off. What this man did to black and brown people is sick, and it's horrible. All types of stuff. Guess what? Now I'm watching all the comments and the reactions and responses. Now I want to know why everybody's mad. So I went and watched it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And are you mad now?
I'm mad. I am absolutely angry.
I mean, are you mad? Are you mad because of what he did, or what? Like what are you mad about?
Honestly, I'm mad at the lack of response.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would have prohibited a lot of people from losing their lives.
Yeah.
If
now
they had taken
was crazy
seriously and responded and reacted. And I get that was a different time, but damn it, we still struggling with the same thing today.
Yeah. Now, I didn't, like I said, I haven't seen the documentary, but, they have been talking about it on the news, and they played a 911. This was an actual 911 call from the lady. Did the lady live right next to Jeffrey Dahmer?
Right next door to him. They shared a fucking vent, and the lady complained relentlessly.
It's stinking. It stink. What am I smelling?
And
it's stinking up in
here. Lie every time was always, hey, because he sounds stupid the way he talks. My family sent me a box of meat, and my fridge went out, and the meat all went bad. I'm gonna get it out of here.
So that's what you smelling?
Give
No.
me a couple of days. No, but it was over and over again, and it was always something else. A rat died. I'm gonna have to take it up. Give me a couple days. What?
Now, this is the character that Niecy Nash played in the documentary, right?
Glenda Cleveland.
It was crazy, and she didn't only call for the smell. The 911 call that I heard, she called the police because she said, well, it looks like he's over the boy that he's with, which was a black, it was Jeffrey Dahmer, who's a grown white man, is with this black young man who looks like 12, like he's 12 or 13.
Okay, no, let me correct that. He was from Laos. The parents, I don't know how to say it when they're from there, but they're from Laos. So he looked Hawaiian, Samoan, that type of look.
The boy did.
He was 14, yes. And he did complain about that.
And the police was like, oh, well, we went and checked. That's his boyfriend. And she was like, wait a minute, are you sure? And the police were like, yeah, we already checked. They had pictures together. So, and the police were like, well, we can't fault anybody for their lifestyle if that's his lifestyle. And she was like, well, sir, he looked like he 13 or 14 like this. Yeah. She was like, this ain't right. Something ain't right. Oh, we checked it out, ma'am. You're just, you're fine. We already checked it out.
So what was, because I saw a couple people use something about, I saw a couple of memes out, and it was something related to a Jeffrey Dahmer sandwich or something like that. I didn't understand that. Like, what's the symbolism of the sandwich?
Well, he was killing the people, and then he was eating them.
Some of them, not everybody. Yeah, he definitely fried up a black man's heart. and ate it like that shit was a
This was
steak.
before the days of air fryers and stuff. You know, he just got a cast iron and some lard in there, and he just eating mofos. You just eating
No,
people.
I'm not even gonna front. I'm not really sure if it was just the natural fluids from the heart or if my man actually added some type of marinade, but it's bad. It was bad.
He in there frying them up like some gizzards. He in there frying them up like gizzards, man. Come on, Jeffrey. You know you sick. You a sick mofo.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put this out here. Spoiler alert. Okay, when he was young, his dad used to dissect roadkill with him. The mother then, in the end, wants to blame the father that you made him like this. But the father felt like that was the only bond that they had. He wasn't into sports. He didn't play, there were video games then, but, he didn't do any of that type of shit. But they enjoyed doing this together. Do we feel like there's a direct correlation here?
I mean, I got some cousins that live in the country, and they'll carve up a raccoon, so I don't think it's no
But they won't kill a person.
You know? Yeah, they ain't
No,
kill a
they're not
person,
gonna-
but then
they're not gonna do that.
they'll slice the shit out of some raccoons, get some raccoon meat or you kill a deer, get some venison and stuff, so I don't think it's a correlation to that, the killing folk because you kill deers and possums and raccoons. I don't put that together myself.
I think what I'm mostly like teed off about is, okay, I can get with the, hey, black people don't support that film, this, that, and the third, but we get in an uproar when it's a situation where we're being done wrong by the white race. Like, we get an uproar about that. But we ought to be boycotting these fighting videos of black people fighting black people.
Absolutely. Hit the bell on that.
Yeah.
We ought to be in an uproar about that. And I'm just saying, let's just keep it even across the board.
Yep.
Not that I don't have a problem with the Jeffrey Dahmer, even though I didn't see it, but y'all just giving me the background of it because I'm probably not gonna get a chance to see it.
and Gene, I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm sorry. Me and Boog are sorry because Gene won't look at shit now because he think a penis gonna be in his face. Gene thinks as soon as he click on the TV, oh, Jeffrey Dahmer, white man eating black penises. That's what y'all looking at. I bet that's what y'all looking at.
Yeah, Gene is definitely scarred. He's like,
I ain't looking at nothing them niggas looking at.
Just a penis in your face, and now you talking about a heart. The man ate a heart.
Oh yeah,
He's like,
I'm good. Boog, I'm good.
Gene, I'm looking at Saturday morning cartoons. That's all I'm looking at. I ain't looking at nothing else with them niggas.
Only positive vibes, huh, Gene?
Hey, listen, I ain't looking at nothing but funny people. Lou Young, Bubba Dub, Mystical 30. I ain't doing Country Wayne. I'm watching all the good positive stuff. I can't get to see what y'all be looking at, man.
But I'm really mentally, I know, I know I don't want to. I can't take that right now. I don't want to look at Jeffrey Dahmer right now because I kind of when the case was going on, I was kind of reading about it because I'm not lying. I was fascinated by it. I'm like, this dude is like sick.
Crazy.
Like what? And so I was reading about it, but I don't really want to see that replay. Even though I heard Niecy Nash is killing it though.
She did absolutely hit the bell for her.
Yeah, I heard
she
she's killing
it.
it.
She killed it.
Now was Jeffrey Dahmer, was that his character like in Silence of the Lambs?
Dude in Silence of the Lambs was crazy too. Clarice.
Yeah.
Clarice. No, but they was both crazy like that though. But I mean, that's what they some of them people who kill people, they but I mean you can't. I mean, I don't want to say that they're all serial killers. I mean, because hell, the DC sniper, do you consider him a serial killer? I do.
Yeah, he was a serial killer, and he was black.
Yeah. So
and he was black.
I mean, some people just have mental issues, and
okay.
they
So I'm gonna just put my therapist hat on real quick.
Oh Lord, here
Do you have the therapist? Wait, you're gonna put the hat on, but do you have your therapist tank top on too?
I do. It says,
Okay.
I'm
All
going
right,
to try to help you fix your life. See, I'm
Okay,
not a
let's go.
Yanla, so I can't help you fix. I'm going to try to help you fix your life.
Go ahead,
Let's
beloved. Go ahead,
Go.
beloved.
Yeah, go ahead, beloved.
I love y'all. Okay. So the common theme in how he lured and attacked his victims was he really just wanted people to spend time with him. So he would be like, hey, I'm a photographer. I take pictures. I'll give you $50. Back then $50 was a lot. This was back between 86 and I think 91. So, young people, teenagers trying to get money or, people on drugs, they fell for it. He would bring you to his house, always offer you some kind of drink and drug you because he didn't want you to leave. He was always trying to get these people. He was like, hey, I just want to watch a movie with you, and then maybe we can cuddle. People's like, what?
Okay, white Bill Cosby. Okay.
Right. And so if you made an attempt, said anything, if you wanted to leave, that's what triggered him. He had a problem with being alone or lonely or whatever the case may be. That's emotional trauma. If maybe he had dealt with it, maybe this would not have happened. We have to stop sweeping shit under the rug and start addressing it.
Emotional damage.
Exactly. Both parents knew the kid was fucked up, and that's one of the episodes is called Blood on Their Hands. Because the mother, the father, who else? People that knew about the shit that he was doing, and the parents kept bailing him out of jail.
Yeah, nobody said
and
nothing.
And the judicial system failed some of these people.
Yeah.
One of the victims had gotten away. He came in to testify. It was horrible. And the judge still was like, well, you don't look like a bad guy, so we're going to give you another chance. Another chance? He had already been convicted of 2 sexual assaults. What is wrong with you people? Is it because he's white?
He's white and he kind of looked like a nerd. That's what I think it was. He looked harmless. Like, he's not going to hurt anybody.
And you know what? He had the great excuse for everything. Everything he had an answer for. It was all lies, but I mean, it came out of his mouth like he really believed it.
Crazy.
Wow.
I think another crazy thing is a lot of people don't know that he was in jail with Life Jennings, the singer Life Jennings. And Life Jennings was talking about it on his Instagram this week. Was like, hey, he was one of the trustees or something. So Life Jennings would be cleaning up, everybody would be in their cell, but he would have to be, mopping the floor and stuff. So Life Jennings would be singing. And he said Jeffrey Dahmer liked R&B. Jeffrey Dahmer told him to sing some R&B song. He was like, I like R&B.
It was Pretty Brown
Eyes by Mint Condition.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so Life Jennings was like, I knew who he was, but I was, it's just like, whatever, he was just in jail like all the rest of us. Mm-hmm. How crazy is that, though? Look how crazy people's lives intersect like that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Life Jennings, sing Pretty Brown Eyes for me.
Man. Anyway, spoiler alert. And if you don't remember from the actual case, he got fucked up in prison.
Oh, he got killed. He got killed.
Yeah.
A guy killed him.
Yep.
Because it was a black guy. He found out Jeffrey Dahmer was killing black people. He's like, I get
read
you.
Not only that, he found the article about the 14-year-old boy. That's what set him the fuck off.
That set him off, yeah.
The 14-year-old boy. And he didn't give a shit. He did not. He was like, he beat the dog shit out of him.
Look, that's what they say. You go to jail and you're in jail for either being like a pedophile or something like that. You're gonna get it. You're gonna
definitely get it. You ain't even gotta be no pedophile and you can still get it. But if you are one, they despise that.
If they suspect you of that, you're gonna get it.
I don't care how many honey buns you got or how much money you got in your commissary. They're gonna take you out, boy.
Nope.
Yeah. If he's still doing time or whatever happens.
No, that nigga dead. They killed that nigga dead. That nigga gone.
Chill was pumped.
Yeah.
That nigga dead. That nigga
Dead.
oh.
Dead. You know, like the young people would say, he dead.
He dead.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't give a fuck.
He got taken out.
He got taken out.
Oh. What year was this?
91.
Jeffrey Dahmer did not make it to the upper room.
The
No.
upper room.
Upper room. Nah, Jeffrey. We gonna handle this right here. No more commissary for you, stinking ass.
Listen, again, I'm going to go back to Niecy Nash. She played the shit out of that part because I feel like I know Glenda Cleveland, and I love her because she supported all of the families of the victims because she felt guilty. She called. She tried to get this man stopped, arrested, all of that. And so she had a common bond with these families. She felt like, you know, if she too had found. But
you got to give it up to Niecy Nash because just her acting, you know, she was in the what was the movie about the five in New York? They got
oh yeah, Central Park 5.
She was in the Central Park 5. If you looked at her at Reno 911, Claws, she's got a new show where she's playing. She's a new FBI agent, and like she's always had bit parts, and I'm like, okay, I kind of like her. Look, let me tell you something. Them tickle bitties she be showing them tickle bitties, but
hey, those tickle bitties do belong to Miss Jessica.
Yes, but she has crossed the burning sands, and I ain't talking about pledging either. She's crossed the burning sands to the womanville. Yeah, so she's now. She says she doesn't really.
Identify.
She doesn't have a pronoun. Yeah.
That.
She just knows she loved the woman that she with, even though that woman looked like a dude.
Anybody like Jessica, so she doesn't care to identify it or call it anything. This is who she's with. She's never felt this before, and she's rocking with it.
Darn, that's a pair of titties a man done lost out on.
God, dog.
Don't be mad. Jessica is enjoying the shit out of them.
Yeah,
but look, Jessica Fade be better than mine though too.
I know that's right.
Damn, I don't understand. Some of these, what do they call them? I want to say the right wording, Boog. It's not stud. Yeah, that's what some of them studs be like. Damn, you got more waves in your head than I got. Damn,
that's too much for me.
Boog, better get your stud, Boog.
That makes me nervous.
They're attracted to that wife beater, Boog. Keep on. Keep on wearing the wife beaters out there, Boog. Keep on.
Oh no.
Keep on wearing the wife beaters, Boog. Keep
very feminine attributes about me, so please don't let the short hair and the tank top, the wife beater, fool you. Okay.
And that's what they like. That's what they like, Boog.
Please don't, Boog. We ain't gonna let it be full on because we know they'll scoop you up. We know they'll scoop your little self right on up. Like,
speaking of being scooped up, because they gonna scoop you up, Boog. We try our best to be kind of transparent and talk about our issues on the Family Radio podcast. So
we family.
We are. So speaking of getting scooped up, man, Boog called me last week like, hey man, I got a letter in the mail. I said, Boog, then they caught you with that warrant in New Jersey. They got you. She's like, no, not that. You know, that shit is still active. But she said, Boog, you said you got a letter from the IRS. Now, all of us, all three of us on here, we got a little hustle on. We got our little side job. You know, we got the little 1099 forms coming in. You know, we got when you got income coming in because we're not part of the cartel. You know, They be wanting to know how your income and all of that stuff. So, of course, you know, if you do your taxes the right way, you're going to have 1099s and all of that stuff. 1099 forms. If you're listening, you know what that is. So, Boog, but you said, like, I'm telling you, I would have been fucking terrified getting a letter from the IRS saying, hey,
hi.
We need to talk. No, what did you say, Boog? You said they want to do, they call it a soft audit?
Yes, they call it a
what kind
soft
of bullshit
audit.
Is that?
Wait. But here's what took me out is they're not really asking me about my money. You know what I'm saying? They're asking me personal questions. This is because I somehow landed in the lap of the integrity department. I'm sitting there
IRS?
looking at this. Yes, looking at
I
this
didn't
like,
even know the IRS had an integrity department.
They do. So I have to now validate or prove that my kids are my kids. These niggas is 12 and 17. Been claiming them, but now you want to see the connection. Now I have to supply documentation. Then what else are they asking me for? So of course, you know, I'm divorced. They want to know, are you really, if you divorced, we need to see your divorce decree because you claim and had a household. Wait, what?
What that's got to do with money though? Like
I don't understand.
That's some invasive shit there though,
It
man.
is, and please believe that I am due a refund, and this is holding up my refund. Y'all asking me all these questions. I have to provide, like I have to prove that my kids lived with me all of last year. So now I gotta, you know, have some mail that came from the school or the doctor's office.
Wait a minute. It's October now. So this is from your refund from last year, and they ain't sent it to you?
No, I filed back in February. You know, I am a 1099, but I also have, yeah, man. But I also have, you know, W-2 income as well. Nigga, I'm not out here trying to cheat nobody. So who said something bad about me? Why the
Gene.
integrity department is
Gene.
breathing down my neck. It
Gene,
wasn't you. Was it you too?
Nah, Gene, nigga, we might need to distance ourselves from her for
Listen,
a couple months
I've never, because you know they watch Associates too.
Exactly. That's why I'm scared. Nigga, I'm scared right now. You got me scared right now. I'm like, shit, wait a minute.
They sent a letter. I'm trying to tell you, they watch Associates too. They've been
Wait, hold on,
up.
Gene, did you just unfriend me?
Hey, listen, I didn't, but
You know
somewhere.
what? Don't even comment. Don't even comment.
But it was swimming around in my head like. After we
Gene,
this,
I'm scared now, boy.
You get a whole letter from the integrity department.
Man, look here.
Hey, all us seen set it off. What Luther said and set it off. Look, I don't fuck with the I, the aura, or the S.
Man, neither do I.
And
but
Boog getting letters from them.
I have somehow landed on their radar. And this is weird to me because, like I said, I'm expecting, you know, okay, the audit where now I got to produce all my receipts for my expenses and yada. No, they ain't asked me for that. They asking for birth certificates. What?
Boog, they don't think you're a real person. They think somebody that made you up.
So
they don't
I
think
just
you're a
been
real
claiming
person.
these kids all these years and they are not mine. Really?
They trying to go back. They trying to go back and get. You know, they'll go back. The IRS will go back and they want their money from 1983. When you said that child was born, nah, that child ain't even real. We need our money from 1983 with interest.
Wow. Well, oh yeah, they never play about interest. However, since they have held on to my refunds, I have done my research and they will owe me interest.
Okay, yeah, because you're supposed to get interest on that money they were supposed to. Look, this still stinks to high hell, Boog. And I know you got the letter from the IRS and you thought all you had to do was submit some Buc-ee's receipts for your gas and for your beef jerky, but like they asking you other shit like y'all being real invasive. Y'all being real invasive, man.
Like I'm pulling the covers up to my neck every night. I'm feeling violated right now. Like you asking for what?
Boog, don't. I know you watching for some dudes in suits coming to your door. Look here, man.
Listen, I be waking up in the middle of the night, peeking out my window, making sure everything is copacetic.
Boog, send them what they asked for, because I'm telling you, from stories I heard, you know, they start freezing accounts. I'm telling you, they treating you like you a damn you in the damn the Pablo Escobar. They treating you like you damn mafia or whatever. Yeah, Gene, we need to go ahead and
I'm telling you, man. I'm sitting here thinking like, boy. Yeah, I don't know how we did.
That's too much shit already. We got episodes online. They can trace
online.
Our shit
they can
back.
trace up, and then listen, chill. Don't let them be like, well, dang, how much that was. Now, was that a write-off? What y'all did with that?
Wow,
Gene,
Gene,
hey,
selling me out.
Gene, go to your Instagram, take them concert pictures now. Oh, he's hosting concerts.
Uh-huh.
Oh, let's see. Oh, Boog, you about to get all us hemmed up, man.
Damn. So now I'm about to make the whole family hot.
You about to take us all down.
Damn, that is so not my intention. I don't know how I got here. I got to get on my ninja skills.
You
skills.
showed
Figure out
Boog,
how I landed on their radar.
Boog, I don't know what happened to you because you used to be Johnny on the spot. Anything on
I
any, you
know.
done looked it up, you done got out of it. They're gonna say, are you a real notary? Boog, are you a real notary? Or you playing? You playing with all of this shit?
I've been eluding this warrant for how long? Man, let me think. Ooh, about 20-some years.
Man, look here. Okay. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about this no more because you got me scared. I don't even want to talk about this no more. This weekend, Northwest Classic, Reigns Reball. I didn't go to either one, but I always pretty much cheer for Reigns.
Yeah, and you might as well because that's a win.
Well, me being from Fletcher, I always went for Reigns because what?
Because Fletcher's structure
is just
designed.
like Reigns.
It's designed the same way.
Schools look just like.
The school is just like they had a one. Fletcher has a 100 hall, a 200 hall, a 300 hall, and a 400 hall. That's Reigns.
Yes, we do. So we're sister cousins.
Yeah.
You are funny, sister.
Right? That's
sister cousins. Look, if you don't know what we're talking about one of the biggest high school rivalry football games. They call it the Northwest Classic. It's been going on for over 50 years. It was the 50th anniversary, like 2 or 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's the 54th, 53rd, whatever it is. But Gene Rebault and William M. Reigns in Jacksonville, Florida. Yo, look it up and see how many NFL players have come out of both of these schools.
Right.
It's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous. Once again, they are they still like two of the urban high schools in Jacksonville?
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna always be because you could go anywhere in the world. And you say, okay, where you from? I'm from Duval. Okay, did you go to Reigns or did you go to
Reball? Yeah, you went to one or the other.
That's the first question.
Yeah,
that's generally
if you're black,
first question.
You went to Reigns or Reball.
Yeah, well, sometimes you could be black and they can say Paxton, they can say Jackson, they can say Lee, they can say Stanton, what have you. But
Fletcher.
They can say Fletcher.
No, it wasn't but 3 or 4 y'all out there, Boog.
Listen, why y'all be trying to play me and Thrill like we did not go to Fletcher?
I forgot Thrill the player did go to Fletcher.
And he brought that purple pride. So
yes, he does. Right. But
now that might be the 10th question that you are asked. But it's on the list.
On Boog, since you bought Thrill up, Thrill did say very emphatically, got a little older, girls started to sweat me. Would have went to Reigns, but my mama didn't let me. For him saying
the next best thing. She got him the next best thing.
Wow.
For him, and he also said, but I used to wear my maroon and gray when I went to see them Vikings and them Trojans play. He was an honorary. Yep. He's an honorary Viking if you're in maroon and gray.
Yeah, you are. There you go. That's the thing.
So,
here's the crazy thing. Like, Gene, I would have, where we lived, I could have actually went to, my neighborhood, half of us went to Pax and half of us went to Reball. I could have went to Reball. I just would have had to walk maybe a couple more blocks for the bus. And I didn't want to do that. So that's how I ended up going to Paxton. I know I what?
You were bougie.
Well, I feel like I would have rather go to Reigns than go to Reball.
Yeah.
That's where I would have rather go. That's why another reason I'm like, I ain't gonna walk and go to Reball. I ain't doing
right. You ain't finna do that. And then Chill went to Paxton and is one of the refined drum majors over there. He turned it up over there. So he
but why you like that? Yeah. But that y'all Reigns was our I mean, we wasn't, of course, Paxton and Reigns wasn't as big as Reball and Reigns.
Right.
But Paxton and Reigns was a rivalry. That was a definite, especially a band rivalry. That was a big rivalry there, Paxton and Reigns.
You ain't got to tell me because my year, so it was 1990. It was 92 because I was a junior, and Paxson came to Reigns, and they cut us up. I'm not even gonna lie.
Wow.
My junior year, Paxson handed us our hats. We was not ready for that.
Y'all ain't see it coming. You ain't see them Golden Eagles coming, didn't you? You ain't see it. That's what we like that. We like when you don't see us coming.
Hey, listen, respect to Brooks. God bless his soul, but Brooks was not having it. And see, Brooks and my band director, Mr. White, they were really good friends.
Yeah. We're talking about James Brooks, who was the band director at Paxson.
Yes. Ernest White and him were very good friends.
Yeah.
He took it very hard when Brooks passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those band rivalries back then, and once again, like I said, Reebok and Reigns, that's always been a big rivalry, because I got to give it to Mr. Bugs, who was the band director at Reebok, because Reebok was always the military type band. Like, Reebok really didn't do that much dancing, but Reebok always had the biggest band, and musically they were on point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So they like both schools had a really good band program. And that's what I hate about now. Like, things have changed, and because the whole community has changed, where, the community that is around Reigns and Reebok used to be a lot bigger, but of course kids have grown up and they've moved away. And so of course the number of students at those schools have gone down, which is, I hate that. I hate to see that. But I mean, that's kind of how it goes. People move out of the area. People want to move out to the beach, move out to the west. People move away.
Yeah. And this year, the element is going to be kind of different because there's no tailgate.
Also, they did. I know they were talking about doing that, which I don't even. What's the reason for that? What, like, why? Why would you stop them from tailgating when that was always a big part of the rivalry?
Yeah.
Or a big part of the game. That was a big part of the game day.
It was because of the festivities and people get together. You get alumni that travel from out of town. They come home for the weekend. But it's costly. If I had, it's costly to the school, because so you have this wide body of people that has to be supervised by authorities. You have to have police on the ground. So the more people, every certain amount of people, there needs to be an officer attached to it. I mean, chill. You're talking about a tailgate with maybe 7,000 people.
I mean, but here's the thing, Gene. If you can do it downtown at an NFL game, why can't you do it on the other side of town? Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, listen, you can do it. It just costs the schools. See, when you got like a Florida, Georgia, they got a budget,
right,
for officers. They got a budget.
Extra budget for security.
Extra budget for security.
I kind of see that.
Okay, so now you got to depend on game tickets to fund tailgate, cleanup crew, officers.
Concessions.
I mean, you got a lot involved, and people ain't just dumping money. Neither one of those schools. I mean, they got boosters, but we don't have a Florida, Georgia booster club.
Of course. Even though they're a big school, but I still think somebody needs to go down and look, what is Miami New Orleans doing? Because they got big rivalries like this in South Florida.
Right.
Ely versus them, Miami New Orleans and Miami Central and all. So they got the same issues we have up here. How are they handling it down there? Because them games, they still going on, even though Reigns and Reebok is going on. But I haven't seen them kind of downsize down there.
Yeah.
And these are big African American schools down there. High schools. I ain't talking about college. I'm talking about high schools.
Yeah, it's high school. And the alumni come back
how are they handling? Because I feel like, okay, if it's just an event. It's just like the Bob Hayes track meet. It's a big event. It's going to be at a school. It can be done. Just draw up a security plan and let's make it happen.
And they moved, they moved to Bob Hayes too. Go ahead, Boogie.
Yeah, I know they were talking about moving to Bob Hayes. So that's crazy.
I think it's a mindset. We see this in other aspects of entertainment. We've talked about it for years. Everybody from Jacksonville will go to Miami and spend $1 million to get in the club, but charge them $20 in Jacksonville, and they at the door like, I don't understand why it's so expensive. They're willing
perception.
to, it's perception. Do you believe in the school, in the community that much that, hey, we all going to rally together, do the car washes, whatever kind of money that we can? I know we do those things in Duval, but it's on a smaller scale. And that's why we don't net the same profits that they do in South Florida.
Yeah.
I think it's a mentality. We've got to say that we are worthy of supporting our own schools.
And I think that's been going on. If you're from Jacksonville, I think that it was a slow brainwash anyway, because think about how we were brought. If you're from Jacksonville, you've lived there. Remember, we were brought up, especially when the Gateway Mall, which was the mall on the black side of town, when it started going down, we start being brainwashed. Hey, if you want something nice, you got to go across the bridge.
Got to go across the bridge.
And I mean, nobody really said that, but that's how it had. That's how it started being. If I want to go to the movies, I guess I got to go across the bridge to Regency. I got to go across the bridge. When no, you got stuff on this side of town, which is great. This is don't shun your side of town, but that's how everything kind of played out.
Right.
Correct.
And people feel like, oh well, I got to go on the other side of town because that's where the nice stuff is. Ain't no nice stuff on my side of town.
And now you look at Regency. Regency look like Gateway.
What? Look worse than Gateway.
Yeah, and you're right because at least Gateway got air.
Yeah. It looked worse. Yeah, but once again, that's the trends. That's the trends of time. Now everything. Now if you don't go out to the town center, it ain't nothing unless you go out to the town center.
Right.
Oh, listen, remember, Phil, I talked to you about the Avenues Mall. I was shocked when I went in there over the summer. There's very few nationally known brand stores left in that mall. That's
the Avenues look raggedy
that
too.
Happened to Regency, and
Regency.
that's not to knock anyone that has an up-and-coming business, because there's lots of local boutiques or specialty stores that are more local than the national chains. However, I walked through there like, whoa, what happened?
What happened to the Avenues Mall?
Yeah. What happened to the Avenues Mall?
But now you got to go to the town. And here's the thing too. I've been in some rooms and heard some conversations. I'm sure that I'm not supposed to hear, but I have. And so I remember think about this, when they did the town center, and the town center is like the mall now to go to. It's an outdoor mall in Jacksonville. And so, if you look at retail and you look at certain stores, when they brought the Nordstroms to Jacksonville, that was the first time Jacksonville had a Nordstrom in that area. But,
or a high end.
Yeah, but understand, other retailers look to, if Nordstrom's going to be there, we're going to go there too. We're going to go in, and that's how all of a sudden Jacksonville has a Louis Vuitton store or a Gucci store or a Tiffany's. See, all that came about with the bigger chains like Nordstrom coming to town. But when they were building that, understand, like a lot of retail places, or they look at the Jacksonville market. Oh, it's a smaller city. We don't need X, Y, and Z. We might need this in New York, but we don't need it down there. And so I remember when they were bringing Louis Vuitton, and if you go to the big Louis Vuitton store, like if you go to the one in DC in Tyson's, like, dude, they got a armed guard at the door. They got they don't be playing. Like, you're not finna roll up in there and act a fool. So they were looking at the Jacksonville market like, oh, we don't need all of that down there. This isn't a great part of town. Understand, our cousins do drive. I don't care where you at. We gonna come to where you at.
Oh, we coming.
Oh, we coming. So I remember when the Louis Vuitton store first opened, and like they didn't have no security. Man, let me tell you something. Them boosters was in their house in that joint. I'm talking. They couldn't get the purchase. The stuff is behind the counter. But let me tell you something. Them scarves, them sunglasses, them belts, they was rolling up out of there. And then Louis Vuitton was like, "Oh, I guess we do. Oh, yeah, we need. We need. Yeah, you do need one. You do need. Look, you think you're moving out here because it's the best part of town? Guess what? We here. Wherever you at, we there too. We there. We gonna be wherever y'all at. Okay, we gonna be wherever y'all at. So yeah, so you think it's a small town, but nah, like they not having that. So they
I know
feel
that
like
all
that's
too well.
that's the greatest side of town now. If you're not on this side of town, and that's why most of the new things are opening in that side of town. You know,
Right.
but I think it's going to be a shift eventually. I don't know if things are going to go back toward Regency Way. That's just how it goes. And Jacksonville is not the only city. That happens in pretty much every city. And go to a big city and say, where did the black mall used to be? And they can tell you, because it always used to be a black mall somewhere.
Right.
Yep.
Because back then, and you're right, Chill, because back then they needed to get to the black dollars
Oh yeah.
without having to. Okay, we ain't gonna have them travel. That's why Gateway was so potent back in the day.
I mean, but think about this. If you think about the black mall Gateway, we were supporting local store. Like it wasn't a Soul Train in Regency. I wouldn't not Soul Train, but I mean it wasn't an on stage in Regency. It wasn't an on stage. We were supporting stores that support. Gene, me and you had this conversation. Fucking Charlie Coleman's.
Charlie Coleman was right up the street.
These are businesses that were killing it in the black community because we damn sure supported them and they damn sure supported us. Charlie Coleman used to be a sports store.
Everybody, yes, I was about to say everybody dealt with Charlie Coleman.
Charlie
in some
Coleman,
way,
exactly.
shape, or form, or you knew about it. You knew what that was.
But you don't now because you got Dick's Sporting Goods. These bigger chains ran these smaller companies out. They ran them in the ground. They couldn't. We can't give you these prices anymore because we're trying to compete with Dick's and whoever else. Yeah.
And Charlie Coleman is a pet hospital now, something like that. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
On Beach Boulevard.
No,
So
I don't know what the one is on because they had a Charlie Coleman on the south side too, but the one on the north side, is a pet cemetery.
It's like
not pet cemetery, a pet hospital. I'm sorry,
pet hospital. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But no, I think the one that's over off in the Regency area. I think is that a church now, or it's something like it's something. It's not a sports store anymore, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, we supported local businesses. Like we didn't have them, we had J.C. Penney, we had May Cohen's out there in Gateway. We used to have A&P. What's the grocery store? We had A&P out there. We had I'm dating myself now. Look, I'm telling you,
we had A&P up north.
A&P,
like,
look, ain't nobody make no more money than Morrison's Cafeteria or Orange Julius in Gateway. I tell you that. And tell me that right there. Morrison's, you don't know nothing about that, boy.
My daddy threw grease on a man in Morrison in the kitchen. in the kitchen. My daddy used to.
Gene, I wasn't ready.
Gee, your daddy fighting in the kitchen at Morrison's.
Man, he said
throwing grease on people.
He said, dude said something out the way. He went and grabbed that pot of grease and slung it right on him. My daddy said he knew he was gonna be fired after that, so he just ripped the dude's ass.
Might as well.
Yeah, he threw the grease on him and beat him up.
Damn.
God damn. He said, yeah, I lost that job. You think?
I cannot take this anymore. I cannot.
I'm
you
sorry,
know what? But this is the family. We are not perfect. None of our extended family are perfect. This is what it is.
Not at all.
Sometimes the shit is just crazy.
As a matter of fact, y'all stay tuned next week because last week all three of us have discovered that we've taken our parents' car. So y'all stay tuned next week.
Yes, we will. Yeah, next episode will be the stolen car episode. All three of us have stolen.
Oh
Look, I don't want to go that. We didn't steal cars. We just used them when we really didn't have permission. I'm not gonna go as far as saying that we stole cars. Mm-hmm.
Hey, but Boog, you borrowed it, but did you bring it back in the state that you borrowed it in? Absolutely not.
No, not at all. Not at all. But people talk about that.
Yes. We are gonna have the stolen car episode next week. Look, if Boog is still here, because she might have been the marshals might come get her and transfer her to the IRS jail. Right. It might just be me and Gene next week, but we'll tell you about when we drove some cars that we weren't supposed to be driving.
But hold on, I know y'all got my back though, right?
Boog,
I do. Look,
it goes down.
Let me tell you
Boog,
something.
listen, Boog, we got your back. But now that I think about it, we talking about this whole stolen card issue, and then now you're getting letters from the tax. Listen, your credibility has been questioned for a very long time.
Damn. So what you saying is I'm the black sheep in this family? I'm bringing the family down?
No, I'm definitely not saying that. All I'm saying is watch your back. Watch your back, because apparently the alphabet boys are watching you too.
Amen.
Boog, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help, Boog, that you are of Jamaican descent. Okay.
Wow.
I think they've all seen Shatas. They've all seen Shatas, and they know they can get your ass out this country real quick. Get your ass up out of here.
This. I didn't mention the fact that the DC sniper, yeah, he was Jamaican. I didn't mention that, but thanks a lot,
I'm not surprised.
I'm
not surprised.
I was trying to keep that on the low.
I am not surprised.
Wait, I didn't know that.
I'm not surprised.
Yes, the one that has already been executed. I can't think of his name right now. Yeah,
not surprised.
Definitely Jamaican.
Not surprised.
Okay, so that was the one. He was the leader, right? He was the older man.
Yeah, he was the older man.
Yeah.
He's the older man. Okay, and then you had the younger one.
Yeah, I think he was a friend of the the older man was a friend of the family. So I think this kid's parents might have been Jamaican,
yeah.
But he was born here.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised, Boog. But that's a whole different episode.
You're not gonna do that.
Talking about yachties out there. Whole different episode. We'll talk about that later. Once again, I'm glad you listened to the episode right now. Tell your friends we are everywhere. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Stitcher. We're on Pandora. We back on iHeart app. So we everywhere.
We everywhere like flies at a barbecue. Stop playing with us. It's the family, knuckleheads.
We like the police. We everywhere you want to be. We gonna be there too. Damn it. We gonna be there too.
Except for Regency, because it's no A at Regency. We won't be at Regency. Don't worry about seeing us there.
It's the family.
I said 5 in the morning, I wake up to 5 for my yearnings. Fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day. I tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. I tried to get by, but I'm burning. I'm behind my mind, it runs. All these thoughts have troubled me. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. Right, yeah. I really need time now. I need a free mind now. I really need my now. I need to free my mind now. I really need time now. I need a free mind now. I really need my now, yeah. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Send me a love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way where you cannot see.
The Family Radio Podcast with T-Boogie, Gene.com, and Chill Will.